Oh, hello again, traveler. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I've been on a quest. I'm sure you understand. Now, why don't you come in and have some lemon balm and dark basil tea with me? I have many stories if you have ears to listen. I was visiting the city of Sakurakan. You wouldn't believe the different types of people, races, and creatures that were all there. If you haven't been there, I highly suggest going. It is well worth the travel. Where was I? Hey guys, it's me again, Natural Wizard. And yes, I am back from SakuraCon 2019. I happened to make a vlog of my experiences for you guys, so go ahead and check that out if you'd like. However, some companies keep copyright claiming my vlogs for some reason, so I've been deleting the claimed free-to-use songs, so it might seem a little bit incomplete, but that's why it's getting copyright claimed. Oh yep, these huge companies are going to make bank off of a video that has 150 views. 3 cheers for corporate greed! But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. On to today's video. It will be another r/entitledparents once again. So, here's to hoping that my Reddit videos don't get copyright claimed, and without further ado, let's begin. So, I guess this first one is part 3 of a subreddit saga. It's called Return of the Entitled Parent, Pool Karen, and Friends. In my 2 other posts, I detailed the trials and tribulations of a particular EP I refer to as Karen from my lifeguarding days. This is but part 3 in a whole series of stories. Hell, it's probably technically able to be classified as a saga about various entitled parents. But those will come later. For now, my friends, we are still on Karen. This time it is a tale of a kid's birthday party. Without further ado, I present Entitled Parent Karen and the pool deck so dirty you can't possibly have a party. This will be a long one, so buckle in. If you've read my other posts, you know what a handful Karen is. This story happened last summer. As I've said, I rarely guarded at Karen's pool. This was the first time I had done so all season. By now the pool had implemented Sayor, swim at your own risk, before and after guarded hours. I'd like to say Karen wasn't the catalyst behind this decision, but she totally was. The Homeowners Association was sick and tired of opening the pool 2 hours early on weekdays just for her. I know the neighborhood at large had to approve this decision, but I wonder how much longer they would have delayed this very expensive transition if not for Karen's constant screeching. I was scheduled to arrive at around noon and leave in the evenings. It was not at all unusual, especially on weekends, for people to be there when I arrived. Typically it's families with younger kids, teens, adults, who want to swim laps or sunbathe, or families barbecuing. This time though, oh god, this time, I will remember on my deathbed. I pull up and the parking lot is full. Okay, not that strange. It's a very small lot. I don't remember what exactly I was expecting. Certainly it wasn't a hell celebration complete with about 40 people and screaming, running, fighting, jumping children. I do remember seriously considered just turning around and going right back out of that gate. It's company policy and in the Homeowners Association contract with every pool that any parties of plus 15 kids must be reported to the company so an additional guard can be hired. It's in place for the safety of the pool patrons and the guards. But did these people feel they need to call the pool company or even notify the Homeowners Association, who would have then reached out to us? Hard no. Did they even drop a heads up? Harder no. I fart you not. When I say it was like a riot mixed with world's worst police videos, mixed with a gang fight, mixed with free token Saturday at Chuck E. Cheese, it was so loud that my whistle didn't even cut through the cacophony of shrill child and awful new age pop. As I'm adjusting to these shocking circumstances and trying to juggle my cooler and backpack and clock in, who else but Karen rushes up to me. Hey, our friends are having their kid's birthday party here and the deck is filthy. It needs to be blown off ASAP. I would have done so myself, but the pump room was locked. Did you know they are specifically instructed not to lock it? Because then we on the Homeowners Association board can't get in when we need to. It should be unlocked at all times. I stressed this to the company owner and he told me he would make a note of it. Still trying to process the crap show around me. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but I'll unlock the pump room for you as soon as I clock in and set my stuff down. So, blowing off the deck sort of fell under our jurisdiction, if the HOA happened to provide a blower and the deck was exceptionally messy. More often than not, maintenance would come out and do it for us when they'd backwash, add chemicals, change out broken ladder rungs, fix cracked tiles, etc. In my 4 years as a guard, I had maybe done it 3 times. The general rule is if you do it, to get it done during downtime when there's nobody or 1 to 2 people at the pool. Surprise, surprise, nobody wants to breathe blown on them or to smell gas or oil and hear that thing. Some blowers are loud enough to cause hearing damage. Bad idea to have around children and babies, of which there were an abundance. No sooner had I unlocked the pump room than Karen barges in, almost hitting me with the door. She snatches the blower and offers it to me with a turd-eating grin.
Do you mind blowing the deck off real quick? The kids are about to all get out of the pool to eat pizza.
Ever tried to blow a deck that's nearly full to capacity? Kids scrambling this way and that, with towels and paper plates full of pizza and snacks, adults drunkenly swaying to and fro, old people unwilling to vacate their chairs, their steely eyes glinting with disdain. Yeah, not my favorite experience by a long shot. I live in the South and it gets hot here during the summer. Not Florida or Louisiana hot, but not much better. The humidity is reminiscent of a sauna. If you were locked inside for 8 hours as God laughed at you and drank the sweet tang of your sweat and tears. No, I'm just kidding. That would be a relief. At least the sweat wouldn't sit on my body in some hellacious limbo, confused as to why it's unable to evaporate like Mother Nature intended. Normally, I remedy this by getting in the pool every hour. Not this time. It took an hour to blow the deck to Karen's satisfaction, and she was not done with me yet.
The deck looks so much better now. I can actually walk around without feeling like I'm in a forest. You know, the pool really needs to be vacuumed and skimmed. It looks terrible. Could you do that too? Also, when is the new pump motor coming? I spoke to company owner this morning and he said someone would bring one over and install it, but it's already 1 o'clock. When are they coming? You have his number, right? Call him and ask.
Now it's time for my turd-eating grin. Because guess what, Karen? If the pump motor is out of commission, that means no vacuuming. Oops, sorry, not sorry. Sorry, I can't vacuum if I don't have a working pump, and we don't have a power vac at this pool. I can give the owner a call for you, sure. I call one of the supervisors and relay the situation. I'm close with all of them and therefore have a pretty candid relationship. Phone call. Hey, I'm at Nightmare Entitled Parent Pool. Do you know anything about the pump situation? Because I have a parent asking. Is it Karen? However, did you know? She's complaining about my inability to vacuum. Jesus Christ. She's been blowing up our phones all damn morning. Tell her for the 15th time that company owner has just picked up the motor and will be over there soon. I'll send over someone with a power vac too, and hopefully we won't hear from her again. Good luck. If I had to deal with her, I would just drown myself. End call. At this point, I'm just trying to do my actual job and guard. I've been sidetracked so many times by Karen, I haven't taken a break despite it being my right to. I'm hot, stressed by this party, and annoyed. I take a quick dip in the pool and am poised to climb up on the stand and begin my long watch. Guess who taps me on the shoulder? Karen, of course. Literally, who else?
What did the company owner say? Is he planning on getting here today? Because he assured me he would. He gave his word it would be done today and we have this big party. We need to vacuum. It looks so bad and kids don't want to play in the nasty water.
Side-eyeing at the children running amok, jumping and screeching, all of them in or around the pool. He just picked up the part and will be out soon. They also are sending someone out with a power vac.
Finally! Do you know what took so long? I called him last night and again at like 8 a.m.
No, Karen, I yuckin' don't know what took so long because I don't care. And certainly, I wasn't going to ask because I'm not a nosy, entitled crap bird like you. They didn't say. I believe they had to drive way out of the city to get the part.
They should have found somewhere closer. This should have been fixed last night at closing. In the meantime, can you skim the pool? Maybe try skimming the debris out of the bottom with a net? If not, vacuuming it should help.
Okay, yeah, Karen, you're right. People should have come in to fix your pool after hours last night because you're so special. FYI, supervisors worked until 10 p.m. every night of the week. Her request was absolute lunacy. I skimmed the pool as per Karen's request, while also trying to do my job, calling out unsafe behavior, telling children not to run, enforcing rules, and above all watching to ensure that nobody is drowning. None of these kids are listening. On top of it, the birthday boy is screaming over to me to shut up and how I can't tell him what to do because it's his birthday. Actually, little dude, I can yeet you out of the pool on your birthday. How's that for a present, you little dingleberry? Now, you may wonder where the parents are during this chaotic anarchy of a party. Short answer, getting plastered. I can tell you what they weren't doing, and that's watching their children or checking bad behavior. How did birthday mom and dad help me out? By screeching at their rule-flouting hellspawn to come get some cake, while also whispering loudly to one another and scowling grandparents how lazy bad I was at guarding. If true, maybe if I were allowed to do my freaking job. I never thought I would encounter a worse pain in the butt, EP, than Karen, but boy was I wrong. These people were somehow so much worse, if you can even imagine. None of them offered any help at all. None reprimanded their children trying to do flips onto floats, squirting one another in the eyes with super soakers, chucking balls at each other, trying to go backwards off the diving board, jumping on the steps, hanging on the ladders, having breath-holding contests. Nope, that was all on me. I could barely talk the next day because I shouted constantly for almost the entirety of my shift. And what of the little ones who couldn't swim? Did they at least have floaties? No. Why would they? I did call the office to report the party and get backup, but they had no one to spare. Maybe that's why they asked for parties larger than 15 kids to be declared in advance. The best part was they had a ton of leftover food and offered me none. It's by no means expected, nor would I ever ask, but many families do offer me food if they have extra. And, sorry, but if you're going to not follow the rules and disclose your party so extra help can be brought on, the least you can do is throw out one piteous scrap of pizza or cake at me for dealing with all your crap. Hell, I'd even take an offer because it's the thought that counts. Alas, no. They packed up their boxes, yes, more than one whole pizza, and the remaining half of their cake and left. Did they even thank me? I think you can probably guess the answer to that. I'll take your bets on whether or not they even had the decency to pick up their trash on the way out. Suffice it to say, this was the only time in my life I've ever contemplated making voodoo dolls of children. Whew. Well, from the sound of that story, it sounds like a whole neighborhood full of EPs and EKs. Alright, look, Deborah, or Karen, whatever the hell your name is. People doing their jobs are not your damn servants, especially lifeguards. So all of you, quote, Karens out there, can take your opinions and asinine requests and shove them through the receiving end of your favorite glory hole. Because entitled pieces of garbage like you piss me off. So maybe instead of vacationing at the Sandals Resort in Cabo, and take a humanitarian trip to a country in need of aid, so then you can see what real poverty and real suffering looks like. Then maybe, just maybe, you'll return home less demanding and more appreciative of the lavish lifestyle we all live in comparison. But yeah, entitled people suck. Anyway, that story went on longer than I expected it to, so I'm gonna end it here. Indeed, I believe we can all agree that entitled people need a wake-up call. But, like all stories and lives, there is an end. It is who we and the characters in those stories show ourselves to be along the way that gives us a correlated ending. So all in all, don't be a crappy person. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and spending some time with me. And as always, don't forget your tea before you go.